Hey guys, Steven here with SDS Pickleball, and today we're going to be doing a comparison analysis between the J6CR Blue Grit and the new Ultre Power 2 from 11624. We're going to be breaking down power, sweet spot, control, spin metrics. We're going to be diving into pretty much everything about these paddles and really not really going into the hype behind these paddles, but really just trying to figure out which one of these would be best for your game. By the end of this video, you will definitively know which one is best for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dig straight into it. So first up, let's go ahead and talk about price between these two paddles, right? So the J6CR does come in at $195. You can get 20 bucks off and take it down to about 175 bucks with code STS10. And then the 11624 Ultra is going to come in at $210. You can take 10 bucks off with code STS Pickleball or code STS if you don't want to type it all out. But yeah, so this is going to be 200 bucks after code, and the J6CR is going to be 175. And then just quickly as a disclaimer as well, all thoughts are my own, all opinions are my own. No money exchanged hands. There's no advertising here, no marketing. I do get kickbacks if you use my affiliate codes, of course, which really helps keep the channel alive. But other than that, it's just unbiased information. I'm just here to help you guys find the right paddle for you, of course. So starting out shape-wise, one thing that I really love that 11624 did here is they're going for more of that efficiency of optimization of shape design here, right? So making this just more rectangular, right? There's no arrow curve, there's no taper. This is just a very, very efficiently designed paddle, right? So for a while now, us reviewers have really caught on to the fact that a rectangular shaped paddle with a sort of quick taper out from the bottom is going to have the best twist weight characteristics. It's also going to have the best sweet spot characteristics in general, right? Because the quicker we come out on this taper here, of course, that does make a TUI it's slightly tighter when that taper is a little bit more flat. But the more flat that taper is, the better twist weight characteristics you're going to have, right? Because the more we can just have this be flat and rectangular, the more efficiently we can create twist weight and sweet spot characteristics that feel more linear across the paddle face, right? So that's one of the beautiful things that they've done here, right? We've seen this with a lot of other companies where, they come out with these wacky shape designs thinking that they're differentiating themselves by shape. But at the end of the day, it's only hurting them because the more you put, angular things or rounded top edge or tapers or, really long throat flares, you're just reducing potential twist weight efficiency, and you're also just reducing potential sweet spot efficiency as well, right? So I think that this is a beautifully designed paddle. So we're talking about a 0.15 inch difference in length between the J6CR and the Ultre. The Ultre does take that tiny bit off the top and just adds it to the side. So not only is this more efficient from a design standpoint, but the dimensions also make this a tiny bit wider, which really helps the sweet spot on this paddle. I would say that this is probably the most efficiently designed paddle from 11624 so far. So definitely props to them on that. So let's go ahead and talk about the core design on both these paddles, right? So they're both Gen 4 full foam cores. The J6CR does have that core reactor technology in the core, which is going to have a pivoting core, which does help with shot trajectory. Again, I've sort of used the analogy in the past of like a tailor-made twist face, where on off-center hits, you're still going to see a better general trajectory than other paddles that aren't using that pivoting core. We're talking about, maybe a 1 to 2% difference, but it does help in really navigating that ball through a tighter slot. The general trajectory off the J6CR is incredible. And then over here with the 11624 Ultra 2, it's using a floating core design. So full foam, they're using multi-density foam, multi-zone foam, and they're also using an EVA foam band around the perimeter as well. So, kind of the gold standard generally these days as far as compiling a Gen 4 full foam paddle. So again, going hyper efficient with the core and hyper efficient with the general shape and design here. Again, a big win for 11624 for catching on to these efficiencies that honestly us reviewers have been talking about for a long time now. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into some swing weight and twist weight characteristics between the two, and then we'll jump into power and spin and all the really fun categories here in a minute. Okay, so the J6CR is going to come in at about 112 to around 114.5 is the general range that I've been seeing as far as swing weights go. Mine came in at around 112. on swing weight. Twist weight on mine came in around about 6.2 to 6.4. So on the couple of models that I've personally tested. And then as far as the Ultre 2, so this one's going to come in at around 115 on the swing weight and about 6.7 on the twist weight. So the twist weight score on this is very, very good, right? So if you're looking for something that's stock, around 115 swing weights, really good above average 6.7 on the twist weight, especially for the general shape here and how much length you do get on this sort of hybridized, paddle. It's just very efficient. Again, twist weight, super good. Swing weight, not overly high. Very efficient design here. Same thing with the J6CR. I will say that it is nice to have a little bit of a lighter paddle stock. So the swing weight is going to be a little bit lighter on the J6CR, generally speaking, especially on my model and some of the other models that are floating around out there. If you can get one around that 112 to 113 range, it is kind of nice because, you have a little bit more ability to customize it with lead tape and, really sort of optimize the paddle, which is nice. Give it a little bit more plow through, put weight in certain areas, open up the sweet spot a little bit more. But again, these are very efficient numbers. So both these paddles are really nailing it as far as general efficiency goes. So before we get into the power metrics and the spin metrics here, I just want to take a second and really just say thank you so much for just building this channel with me, being here each and every time we drop a video. Definitely consider subscribing. Subscribing is the best free way to support my channel and support my dream of doing this full time. This is my absolute passion, and I am so glad to be doing this with all of you. And, it would mean the world to me if you could just hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification next to it so you're always in the know every time a brand new video drops, and you'll always be up to date on the brand new information as far as these paddles go, and always unbiased information. Let's get right back into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into all the fun stuff. Let's talk about power, pop, spin, control, the general feel off the face of these paddles, how they grip the ball, how they feel in play. So the J6CR is going to have a little bit more grip on the ball. It does also have a bit higher spin. We're talking about really over 2,400 RPM in some of my tests. The Ultre is also going to be absolute S tier as far as spin goes. It doesn't grip the ball quite as well as the J6CR's Blue Grit, but it is up in the 2,300, 2,350 RPM range, which is absolutely incredible. Both of them are S tier as far as spin, but the J6CR does edge it just a bit on spin. They're both holding their spin incredibly well as well. So we're talking about with these new grit technologies, both of these paddles are maintaining their spin for upwards of 75 plus games with really a negligible loss of spin. We're talking about potentially a 1% loss of spin, which again could just be human error, which is amazing to see. So both S tier. J6CR does edge it out on the spin and grip category. So the category where the Ultre actually ends up shining is going to be on if you're looking for a paddle that feels a little bit more rigid, has a little bit more pop to it, it's a little bit hotter off the face. It doesn't dwell as much, doesn't have as much of that sort of just nice sort of plush nature to it. And the Ultre does sort of rebound the ball a little bit faster, feels a little bit more rigid, feels a little bit hotter off the face. The pop feels a little bit tighter. And so if you're looking for something that's sort of rigid, poppy, and has that sort of just quick firepower feeling off the face, then the Ultre might be the ultimate paddle for you. The J6CR is going to feel a bit more plush off the face. It has more of that sort of MPP feeling, even though they're not utilizing MPP in this paddle. But if you know what that feeling feels like, something like an Inferno, something like that, where it does feel like it just pockets the ball a little bit more, and just has a little bit more of that plush nature off the face, has a little bit more finesse, a little bit better control in general, the J6CR is going to be the ultimate paddle for you, right? So that's going to be the real big difference between these paddles, right? So the Ultra is going to have just a bit more power. We're talking about a very small amount of extra power, but the feeling is where it differs, right? So tiny bit more power, tiny bit more pop, tiny bit less power, tiny bit less pop, a little bit more spin on the J6CR, a little bit less spin on the Ultra, a little bit more grip on the ball on the J6CR, a little bit less grip on the Ultra, but the Ultra does pop the ball off the face faster. It's a little bit hotter, a little bit more rigid. So really it comes down to like a feel thing, right? So again, if you're looking for something that's more rigid, tighter off the face, has that sort of crisp feeling off the face, the Ultra is going to be the paddle for you. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more plush, a little bit more pockety, has that more kind of nice dwelly feeling, J6CR is going to be the one for you. So to conclude here, and to really just try and help you really just kind of get the golden nuggets out of this so that you can really decide which one of these paddles is really best for your game, I would go for the J6CR if you're looking for something that is more spin forward, pockety, shapeable, has that more dwelly feeling off the face. If you're looking for, just that slightly bigger, super large Honolulu style sweet spot that is very forgiving, and again, just has that more plush nature off the face. And again, if you're looking for the absolute top pick as far as ultra S tier spin and pocketability, essentially. So that would be the J6CR breakdown. The Ultre, on the other hand, is going to be for the player that's looking for something that's more rigid, something that they get more feedback off the face from, something that feels like the ball doesn't dwell as much on it, kind of just, rebounds very quickly off the paddle, something that has more pop, a little bit more firepower at the kitchen line as far as pop goes. And you're looking for something that's also hyper optimizing. Both these are so optimized for all the other metrics. This is really what it comes down to, is the fact that this one just feels a little bit more explosive off the face, but at the cost of a little bit more rigidity and a little bit less finesse, right? So, and that's really all it comes down to. It's mostly a feel thing at this point. These are both highly optimized paddles, both just designed at the top end right now as far as what's available, as far as Gen 4 goes, as far as spin goes, as far as spin retention goes. They are ridiculously top tier. So that's going to be the general breakdown. And I really hope that this helps you figure out which one of these paddles would be best for your game specifically, because I am here for you and I'm here to help you navigate this space to the best of your ability. So I save you time and I save you money, right? So that's what we're here for. So if you found this video helpful, definitely consider subscribing to see more videos just like this one. Leave a comment down below and I'll make sure that I read each and every one of them and get back to as many of you as I possibly can. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys have a freaking wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.